Hey guys, Steven here with Cabinet Startup. I'm here with Noah Ransby. How are you doing, Noah?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you, Steven?
Awesome. I'm doing pretty well, man. I appreciate you taking the time to share your story.
Yeah, no
So,
problem.
for those of you guys watching, Noah went through the Cabinet Startup program, and he's absolutely been crushing it so far.
Yes.
It's been awesome to watch him on his journey. So, I wanted to get him, in a conversation to show you guys what can happen when you not only take advantage of a good opportunity, but you follow it up with kind of action and consistency. And Noah's on his way to creating a pretty awesome story for himself and his team, and I'm excited to see where it goes. So again, I appreciate you
Yeah.
taking the time, man, and maybe we can kind
Yeah,
of
no
start
problem.
with what were you doing before Cabinet Startup, and how'd you find out about it?
Yeah, so I just graduated college in May, and so I was kind of taking the summer to kind of figure out, like, just career wise, applying all these places, trying to figure out, and I always kind of saw myself as an entrepreneur, and because I saw my dad do it and stuff, so I was trying to figure out what I exactly wanted to do, and he actually saw an ad for the Cabinet Startup. He's like, "Hey, why don't you check this out?" So we were kind of researching, and then we knew a friend of a friend that actually did a cabinet. They had a cabinet company, and we started going in there, and we did a job with them, and it really intrigued me. And then that's when we saw what you guys offered and stuff. So we're like, hey, let's jump on it. Let's try this out, and let's go all out for it.
Awesome. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, you saw the program, you saw the opportunity, and what made you actually kind of take the leap of faith and come out to Florida and see us?
Yeah, so it was like I was just trying to figure out, like, what I really want to do in the camp. I've always been a kind of hands-on type of guy, and I love kind of I've really been intrigued by the trades and stuff like that. So after seeing that, I was like, I think this is the right opportunity, and seeing how, like, you guys, your presence on social media, how much you guys have grown and stuff, that really intrigued me. I was like, hey, I want to be part of this. I want to start my own business up here in Minnesota.
Yeah, well, you've definitely taken superior cabinet coatings to I think hopefully the first stage of your vision, and where do you think it's going to go from here?
Yeah, so right now, I have another guy that we've brought on back in December. So right now we're hitting our kind of stride here, that we're gonna start trying to figure out how to the next steps of possibly scaling and getting another crew to kind of help us throughout the week, and trying to help us break up, so it's not just us two going out doing all these jobs, but actually scale and bring on more people on board, so we can start eventually taking on more jobs and continue to grow.
Right, right on, man. Well, you
Yeah.
guys you went through the program, and then what happened after that?
So after the program, we try to figure out when's our launch date, and had to get some stuff in order. So got our shop, got our started practicing from there, and really, after going through you guys' training program, we felt really comfortable with getting our doors and all our practice. And then it was kind of, let's set a launch date, let's turn on our advertising and see where it takes us. And at first, we are kind of planning on, we'll just do a job a month. We weren't sure how fast it would grow. And
Right.
as soon as we turn on our advertising, we're booking a month to 2 months to 3 months in advance, and it really
Awesome.
kind of took off from there. Yeah.
Yeah. So when did you guys actually kind of start? Would you say?
So it was the second week of October.
Okay. You
Yeah.
guys have been pretty steady since then.
Yep. So yeah,
Awesome.
so from every week except the holiday weeks, we've had jobs every week up until then, till now.
That's awesome. So
Yeah.
it sounds like you're doing a lot of the work now, and was your dad helping you with sales right now?
Yep. So I'm primarily kind of the operations, working on site and the doors. My dad helps out every now and then, but he works on kind of the associate side of calling people and following up with those leads and everything. So every now and then he'll come out, or I'll go out and do sales calls, but it's kind of like the little team that I'll work kind of operation side while he's working the background and getting those jobs lined up.
That's awesome, man. So
Yeah.
when are you gonna have the second crew coming on board?
So we're planning for coming up probably this summer, probably around May or June. Or honestly, we have a meeting tomorrow trying to figure out what's timeline and stuff. Where
Okay.
so the other guy that we have on board, he's shown big improvements, and so I feel comfortable that he can lead a crew. So we're actually thinking about bringing up some part-time workers probably in this next month or two, and then start developing it from there. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. I think your dad was even telling me about possibly open up another location soon.
Yeah, yeah. I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan, so that's where my parents live and stuff. So they're thinking about actually starting up there, and both my parents will kind of tag team it, and
That's awesome.
because my dad's gone through the training program, they've
Yeah.
learned all the kind of ins and outs of the business, so they wanted to possibly branch out and start one there too, because they've had a lot of interest from family and friends and all
Right.
that stuff.
That's a
Yeah.
pretty good metro area, so you probably
Hmm.
wouldn't have to go very far when it comes to sales appointments and things like that. Probably
Yeah.
pretty close.
Yeah.
A little bit easier than flying to you to do
Oh
jobs.
yeah. Yeah, a little 2 hour flights. I'd rather drive an hour than the 2 hour flight.
Right. Well, you got an awesome support system, it seems. So it's definitely a
Yeah.
blessing for sure. Well,
Hmm.
maybe you can tell us a little bit about what the program was like for those wondering.
Yeah, yeah. So
Your experience like.
yeah. So kind of going into it, we kind of had an idea, but we weren't really sure like how the week would go by, and going following your guys' steps of kind of how I focus more on the operations, my dad focused more on the sales calls and stuff. It really helped us tremendously. I learned all the steps through the doors, the process, the prepping, all that stuff, and it really kind of helped me grasp the operation side. So I felt comfortable when our first job came up. I was comfortable. Hey, I'm going to take the lead. I'm going to get this prepped, painted, primed, all that stuff. And then while my dad was focusing with your mom and stuff, working on the phones and stuff, he really got to grasp that side of it. And now we're kind of the dynamic duo working through. I got the operations, he's got the calls, and it's each day that we were down there, we learned something new, and we just can continue to grow from there.
Dude, well, I'm excited to watch you guys continue to grow. You guys
Yeah,
have been one of the ideal students where you were given the process, you followed everything to a T, you took action on everything, and I'm sure you've come across challenges and obstacles, but we've been able
yeah.
to work through some of those. You've been able to figure out a lot of those on your own, and it
Hmm.
really just kind of shows your capability of success. I mean, this is
Yeah,
just the beginning, and with consistency and persistence, you're going to be able to continue to grow this thing. And as you kind of figure out your systems and you figure out the best ways to find the good people to bring onto your team and how to keep them and train them and develop them as leaders,
yeah.
this can keep on growing for you, man, to where, who knows how big you can get it.
Yeah,
Of
and we've been so grateful going through your program, and appreciate all the support you've kind of
course.
given us, and really every step of the way, any questions we've had, you guys have been there to help us through, and really kind of help us out when we go through the bad times, and you guys have been able to help us get out of little binds here and there with little tricks of the trades and helping us out.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely it's rewarding to help people who are willing to help themselves. And there's people that will sometimes ask for help, and then they're kind of sometimes it seems like people are looking for ways to make things harder. But you guys have just been awesome with you'll ask for help. I give you a suggestion, you take it, you apply it right
Yeah,
away, and then you resolve the issue, and you're just on to the next job, on to the next job.
yeah, yeah.
It's been great. So maybe we can kind of talk about what would you maybe say to people who were considering the program and just aren't quite sure if this is something that could work out or if this is something that's right for them. Maybe what are some fears that you may have had when you started, and how could we support people?
Yeah, so fears that I kind of had at the beginning was, I mean, I love the aspect of it, of the refinishing, bringing kitchens to life, and I love like helping people and stuff. But personally, at the beginning, I was like, I've never painted a cabinet. I haven't even thought about painting cabinets, and I wasn't really sure. I was sold on it, but I was like, I don't think I could personally do this.
Right.
But after going through the process stuff, it was kind of like I was nervous before, but once we took the opportunity, I was like, wow, I can actually do this. And you guys were able to display it and kind of share your guys' process, and really kind of brought me at ease. I was like, wow, I believe I can do sales calls. I believe I can do a whole kitchen by myself or have someone there. And yeah, so it's kind of like at the beginning, I wasn't too sure that I was capable of doing it, but after going through your guys' process, it really kind of brought me at ease, and I felt very prepared after I left and was able to take on any job after that.
That's awesome, man. Well, maybe we could talk about a little bit, on the finance side. How
Mhm.
long did it take for you to kind of make that investment back? Because I mean, it's definitely not a small investment of what you guys made, and you took that leap of faith. And how long did it take for you to start seeing that return come back to you?
Yeah, so honestly, so we probably started seeing the return after 3 months. So that
Okay.
October to December, yeah, it was paid off. So
That's
yeah, so it took us about 3 months, that the couple big jobs here and there that we landed, but it took us 3 months to kind of regain that, and we've been kind of soaring ever since.
That's great, man. So you kind of
Yeah,
take a little time to set things up, set your systems up, and then you went after
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Awesome. Well, great. I mean, is there anything else that you may want to say to other people considering it before we kind of wrap it up?
I mean, if you're really considering it and you're kind of on the fence about it, I would say go all in for it. Catnip Startup was a great investment for us, and really has helped me set after college a career to own my own business, and not only just run it, but also to grow it and continue to develop it. And you guys really showed us the every step of the way, and your support system has been great. And yeah, I say go all out for it.
Well, I appreciate that, brother, and I appreciate
Yeah,
you guys trusting me and my team, and it's been awesome just watching you guys grow, and I'm excited to see what you guys
yeah,
get into in another year from now. And
yeah.
hopefully, we're
Appreciate it.
still there to still be with you on this journey and continue to support you.
Yeah, thank you so much.